very much a tale of two Toros today, down here at Scuderia Toro Rosso. Carlos Sainz didn't even make it to the grid, ground to a halt at the sort of about halfway around the first lap. But Max Verstappen, I think, one of the most exciting guys on track today. Some brilliant overtaking moves all the way through the race, ultimately bringing him back in the points. Now, other results didn't quite go his way, and he has now dropped out of the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship. But another race of which to be incredibly proud for the young Dutchman. Hello, Max. I think probably the man of the race today, certainly the man with the most exciting moves. Talk us through your Brazilian Grand Prix.
It was not an easy one, but I enjoyed a lot of the battles because, I was pushing to get past Perez, but then I also had Grosjean behind me who was attacking. So I didn't have any rest, but I enjoyed all my overtakes, that's for sure.
Which one was your favourite? Because you, on turn one, around the outside, up the inside, didn't seem to matter for you.
I think it was the first one on Checo, because it was very hard to get past because he was just pulling away in the straights all the time. Then he made a little, he was struggling with his tyres, so he had a bad exit out of the last corner. I managed to have a very good one, so it was quite close. And I tried around the outside, and luckily it succeeded. But we touched a bit, but at the end we didn't have any damage. So.
I think that was Dario Franchitti as well. He sent a tweet during the race saying how much he loved that move. So getting a lot of recognition around the world at the moment. One Grand Prix left to go this season. How much are you enjoying this? How different is it for you compared to F3, compared to karting? Because obviously you're not winning races, but you're seemingly having such a lot of fun and you're impressing so many people.
Well, I knew that before I started the season that we were not winning races, so you just set your mind on that. Of course, in the future you want to win races, but for the moment I'm very happy where I am. I have still a lot of things to learn. And I think it's good for me, really fighting for points, practice the overtaking, because if you are running first, you don't practice it anymore. So it's good to practice it now.
Of course, everyone in the Formula One paddock, their thoughts, their minds were with the people of Paris after the atrocities of Friday night. None more so than Romain Grosjean. It really affected him quite deeply, and he took a French flag onto the grid before the race and unfurled it in the minute silence which were held for the victims of road accidents. It was a very noble gesture, I think, a very classy move from Romain Grosjean, who then put in a great performance to finish once again in the points. So here is the Frenchman talking about his race, his emotions over the weekend, and also, of course, looking towards next time out in Abu Dhabi, which will be his last race with this Enstone team, with which he has such a rich history. Top 10 finish for you today. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was a fun race. It was good to battle through the field and have some nice overtaking maneuver. Quite hard to follow the other cars, but got the good power to overtake into turn one. It was fun and an easy strategy because I had to overtake a lot of cars, but it was good fun.
Some good battles with your teammate as well.
Yeah, through the end, but then I was faster, so I could pass and open the gap. It was a bit of a difficult one because of brake issues, but we finished and scored 2 points.
An emotional day for you today, I know that, but let's look at Abu Dhabi. How emotional is that going to be for you, bringing an end to an amazing time? You've been at Enstone one way or another for almost your entire career, through the junior ranks into Formula One. How difficult is Abu Dhabi going to be?
Yeah, certainly not the easiest end of the season. Yeah, very emotional because of what happened in France, and it's all hurts. And then Abu Dhabi, last race with Lotus. Who knows? I may come back. Never say never. So we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. I think after the checkered flag, it will be special. But I'll give my best and try to bring good result for the team.
And last, but by no means least, down here to Mana and Alexander Rossi. Should try and make him laugh while he's doing his interview. No, he hasn't seen me. Alexander Rossi, what can you say? Actually, let's start with talking about Mana. Big news, of course, this weekend, as it has been for the last few weekends, that Graham Loudon and John Booth will leave the team at the end of the season, confirmed this weekend with the appointment of ex-McLaren man Dave Ryan as the racing director, thank you, Jason, for the team. Alex Wirtz, who announced he's hanging up his race helmet this week, has been approached to be team principal. He hasn't accepted yet, though. The future of the team very much up in the air, as is the future of Alexander Rossi. But as I was saying, I think he's done an astonishing job since signing for Mana. we've known him an awfully long time, and he's always been a very impressive guy. But even I was taken aback with just how at ease he's been in Formula One. Nothing has overawed him. He's raced, I think, incredibly well. He's made a lot of fans by just going about his job as professionally as he has done, and as fast as he has done as well. He's been great out on track. So here's Alexander at the end of what is at the moment his last Grand Prix in Formula One, but we hope not his last Grand Prix ever. That would be a real tragedy. Here's Alexander. Alexander, there we go. That's it. 2015 F1 drives are over. How much did you enjoy this one?
This one, not as much as the others, I have to say. We struggled kind of with the balance from lap one, but regardless, I look back on the 5 races, and I think it's been all very, very positive. So yeah, hopefully we can continue into next year and continue forward.
How are things going on that front, and how much do you feel your performances this year have really laid down a marker of what you can achieve?
No, I think it's been very good for me in GP2 and as well in these 5 races in the F1 car. We're able to win the qualifying battle and the race battle. So, there's not much more I can do. And things are progressing very well, and I'm quite confident going into this off-season.
How difficult is it going to be going back to the GP2 car now?
Not so much. I'm looking forward to it slightly because I know that I have a chance to win. So it'll be nice to go back and be at the front and fight for more race wins.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So that's your lot from the Interlagos paddock. Of course, we've been racing here since the 1970s. It'll be great when it's finished. We go to Abu Dhabi in 2 weeks' time. A phenomenal venue. I actually like the track, and I think we get some pretty good racing there. Now that Nico Rosberg is confirmed in second place in the Drivers' Championship, Lewis is the champion, Mercedes are the champions. Do we think the gloves will be off? Do we think they'll be allowed to race each other? Bit of needle coming out of this one. I think it's going to be really exciting. Anyway, that's your lot from Brazil. We'll see you in the UAE in 2 weeks' time. Bye.